There's something strange about the way we talk about artificial intelligence. We still describe it like it's a technology that's coming in the future, when in reality, it's already quietly changing the way people work, learn, create, search for information, and even make decisions. And the interesting part is that this change doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just a person writing an email faster, a designer testing 10 ideas instead of 2, a programmer finding a bug in minutes, a student finally understanding a topic because an AI explained it in a different way. That may not sound revolutionary, but when millions of people start saving time on small tasks every single day, the effect becomes enormous. I think this is where people often misunderstand AI. They expect some huge moment when everything suddenly changes. A robot walks into the office, half the jobs disappear, the future begins. Reality is probably going to be much less cinematic. The change will happen gradually. AI will simply become part of more and more tools until one day we realize that we've been using it all day without even thinking about it. That's already happening. Your phone improves photos automatically. Search engines generate answers instead of only showing links. Editing software can remove objects from video. Translation is becoming almost instant. Software can summarize meetings, organize information, write drafts, and help analyze data. Most people don't care what model is behind these features. They just care that something that used to take an hour now takes 10 minutes. And that's probably how AI becomes truly important. Not when everyone is talking about it, but when people stop talking about it because it has become normal. At the same time, I don't think we should pretend that every AI product is amazing. There's a lot of hype. Every week, another company announces an AI revolution, and sometimes the revolutionary product is basically a chatbot connected to a calendar. Some tools are genuinely useful, others are impressive for 5 minutes and then you never open them again. So the important skill isn't using as much AI as possible. It's knowing where AI actually helps. There are things humans are still much better at. Understanding context, reading a room, taking responsibility, knowing when the technically correct answer is actually a terrible idea, having taste, knowing what is worth making in the first place. AI can generate 100 options, but someone still has to decide which option matters. And that distinction is important. The future probably isn't humans competing directly with machines in every task. It's more likely that people will become responsible for direction, judgment, and decisions, while machines handle more of the repetitive execution. Of course, this also creates problems. If creating a realistic image takes 5 seconds, the internet gets flooded with images. If writing an article takes 30 seconds, the internet gets flooded with articles. If anyone can clone a voice or generate a convincing video, then seeing and hearing something online becomes less trustworthy. So we're entering a strange period. Creating information is becoming easier, while verifying information is becoming more valuable. That could completely change how we think about trust online. Maybe in the future the question won't be, does this video look real? It will be, where did this video come from and can I verify the source? That's a very different internet. There's another thing I find interesting. AI is making certain skills easier to access. Someone who has never written code can build a basic application. Someone who isn't a designer can create a decent presentation. Someone who speaks poor English can communicate with people around the world. That doesn't automatically make them a programmer, a designer, or a writer, but it lowers the barrier to starting. And historically, technologies that lower barriers tend to create unexpected things. YouTube made it possible for individuals to become media companies. Smartphones turned almost everyone into a photographer. Social networks gave millions of people an audience. AI could do something similar for building products, creating media, learning new skills, and starting businesses. We probably can't predict exactly what that will look like yet. And maybe that's the most interesting part. The real impact of AI might not come from one perfect super intelligent system. It might come from millions of ordinary people suddenly being able to do things that were previously too expensive, too technical, or simply took too much time. That's why I'm less interested in asking whether AI will take over the world. I think a better question is much simpler. What becomes possible when intelligence itself becomes cheap, fast, and available almost everywhere? We're only beginning to find out.